Shalom Yasharallah. First and foremost, I want to say all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching us truth and righteousness and sincerity. To you Israelite foreigners, come back home to the truth. To those that have passed on, serving the Lord, the dead in Yahweh Shai shall arise first. To you sisters who believe, keep encouraging and supporting your brothers who are here teaching us truth, and always commemorate the sister who washed Yahweh Shai feet when you read the scriptures. I wanted to talk to y'all about this this Klay Thompson. Well, all this stuff, Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion, shows a deeper situation, a deeper problem. Just today I saw a post from some stupid chick that I got on social media. I don't know, I got a lot of stupid women on social media, and you know, it's not sexist. First and foremost, I'm a man, so if I'm not gonna add a guy I don't know on social media. You know, if I add a female that I don't know on social media, you know, it's because I might see the profile pic, oh, look nice, you know, or we have conversation somewhere else, and whatever, you know, things lead to other things. Not saying in a nasty way, but just, you know. But truth of the matter is, like this post was saying, oh, black women are so disrespected and this, that, and the third. We don't, nobody takes a gander. Nobody looks at, hey, while black women are really are the most disrespected people on the planet, we have to face a very uncomfortable truth, which is black women are the most disrespectful. Second, I would say, second most disrespectful people on the planet. I mean, nobody's more disrespectful than the let's just say the paper-colored man. So when you have so many viral videos of black women disrespecting literally everybody, they disrespect black men, they disrespect white men, they disrespect each other. Black and Latino people go at it. Because that fucking police officer in Texas, that's just a Spanish-speaking black woman. That's all she is. I hope y'all know that. You know, she's just a Spanish-speaking black woman that hates her own people. That's it. You know, we sitting here calling it racist. Yeah, well, racist against your own people. When you're a Hispanic and you don't like black people, you're a race traitor. But anyway, enough about that. So here's where the situation gets really funny. A guy commented on that post and said it's a good post, but you know, I forgot what he said. But then some other black woman comes on the post and says, oh, y'all be sucking that boy nuts, or y'all be on that boy nuts so hard. So it's like, once again, you know, you are the type of black woman that this is talking about. There's a lot of great black women, or let me not say great, let me just say humble, you know, kind-hearted, decent. You know, don't let all the loudest ones are the ones that get all the attention. The ones that do all the foul shit get all the attention. So let's not ignore the good just because there's so many loud bad ones. Let's not do that. You know. Which way are you going, bus driver? This is why I'm always early. Like, if y'all see I'm dressed up, you know, I told a brother last night, told a couple brothers, I lost my job, which is something that I'm gonna have to deal with, because if y'all knew why I lost my job, y'all be like, what the fuck? You know, it's like, damn, like y'all don't know the nightmare that I've been going through at work. But anyway, I'm not, you know, this is not what the conversation is about. But you know, honestly, black women, you want to be respected, respect. You know, unfortunately, most people pay attention to the loud and obnoxious and disrespectful ones, so they don't see that there's decent-hearted black women out here, black and Latino women. But when a black woman goes on social media and bashes men and says, "Oh, you men, you know, what black women so disrespected?" Look in the mirror, because you're being disrespectful to black men with your post. You know, you're sitting here emasculating black men. You can't talk shit about somebody when you're not doing no better. You can't talk about how disrespectful people are to black women and be a disrespectful black woman. You know, from a woman, and the guy said, you know, if this were a lot of different black women in the industry, people would ride with them. People would bash the men or say, yo, you was fucked up. You know, but what I see is a lot of people that do the same shit. A lot of hypocrisy, honestly. I see a lot of hypocrisy when it comes down to the topic of black men disrespecting black women, or black women just being so disrespected. I'm sorry, you know, maybe some of y'all are not the ones that are out there being loud and obnoxious and rude and disrespectful, but there are so many black women. And as a Hispanic, I'm gonna tell you, we follow after black people, no matter how much we try to pretend we don't. No matter how much. Listen, I'm a Hispanic man, and I'm more familiar with black culture than I am Hispanic culture. Partially because Hispanic culture is black culture. We're black, we just speak Spanish. We're just a little lighter. In my case, a lot lighter. But, you know, we follow after black people. That's why when you see, I saw a video today, some gang members in fucking Chicago, all Mexican gang. I didn't see not one person that wasn't Mexican throwing up gang signs. And if you didn't see the video, I swear you would think that these guys was black. From the way they was talking to their body movement, like, yo, these are Mexicans that, I don't know if it's on intentionally or what, but we are black people. We are men of color. You know, and we are, you know, but anyway, it's not about that. It's about black women feeling that they're so disrespected, which they are. I'm not going to lie. Black women really are very much disrespected. But the problem is, you can't be as disrespectful as black women are constantly and then say, yo, black men ain't shit. We get disrespected the most. That you have to take accountability for. You have to say, yo, you know what? It is some real ratchet ass bitches out here that don't need to be. And I'm going to tell you, access to social media brings out even more stupidity. Like, I'm not happy in particular that Megan Thee Stallion got cheated on, but the facts is the facts. This woman has given herself to so many different men, and we don't look at the biological and the scientific parts of sex. When a woman lays down with a man, that man gives her or puts a fluid in her that is so powerful. That's why do you think they call it making love? Because every woman that you smash is always going to have some type of feeling towards you. I've heard that from women. I've heard from women that they will always have feelings for any nigga that smashes. Why do you think that is? It's because it's a scientific thing. It's, hey, you know, that fluid, that sperm, it doesn't just make babies. It makes a woman, it transforms her DNA. That's why women change their last name from their father's last, what they're supposed to be their father's last name, to their mother, to their husband's last name when they get married. Why do you think that is? Because a woman whose last name, like, let's say, the fuck is this nigga looking at? So nigga driving in the car, literally turning his head around to look at me. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, A woman, like every woman that I've dealt with, they have something in them. I know people are going to say use condoms. Condoms is, it can stop some of it, but it doesn't stop all of it. Let's be honest. Why do you think people use condoms and still get pregnant? Not just because the condom busts. But anyway. Whatchamacallit? But yeah, it's a serious thing. So you have a Megan Thee Stallion that has practically been passed around the industry, has dealt with a lot of men sexually. Cardi B, you can't take it away. Like they don't know what they're doing to their own bodies and their own minds and their own spirits. When a woman has sex with a man, she's becoming his. That's why us men, we gotta be careful with this philandering. We gotta be careful sleeping around, because it's not just, these women get mad and butt hurt that they got cheated on, but it's deeper than just getting cheated on. It's deeper than getting cheated on. It's deeper than that, than you being angry that a nigga's dicking down another bitch. These are all things that might make somebody upset or make a woman, cry or whatever. But in reality, you're creating basically a cult. A cult. A harem is basically like a cult. It's a group of women that are wives to one man. And when women sleep with multiple men, they have those feelings and they have that for multiple men. They don't even take time to process a breakup nowadays. They jump right into bed with another man, and physically, yeah, it might feel good to you and shit, but you're literally confusing your body. So how does it relate to Megan Thee Stallion is, can she really give herself all to any man? Can she be all Klay Thompsons, or can she be all anybody's? Because she's given it away to so many different men. And I'm not, this isn't a post bashing her. It's the truth. A lot of these women don't understand, don't know what happens during sex. A lot of men don't know. But to the point of black women being the most disrespectful beings on the planet Earth, try changing the narrative by being respectful and not being, oh, fuck you niggas, all this fucking cursing and all this shit. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings the other day, and it was a woman there, my boy, he's very outgoing, I'm not, very quiet. And so he got to talking to her because they're both Knicks fans. And then I don't know how the conversation got on Michael Jackson, but she started saying Michael Jackson was a junkie. She started saying Vanity and Prince died of AIDS, which I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm gonna tell you where the conversation got crazy at was when she started just being like, she was trying to force niggas to believe that shit. And then it's just weird, man. It's just weird, the dynamic with black women. They expect to be respected, but don't give no respect. They expect to be respected, but don't give no respect. You don't respect black men, nor anybody else, but you want all these groups to respect you. And again, it's not for all black women. There's a lot of respectful, a lot of meek and humble black women and Hispanic women. But this is for the ones that are loud and most of the ones that are saying that black women get so much disrespect are the ones that disrespect everybody else. They disrespect everybody else. So what do you think if you sow disrespect? What do you think you're going to get back? What are you going to reap is disrespect. You disrespect, you're going to get disrespected. That's just bottom line. But anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom and, Lord willing, on to the next one.